I'm not wearing 50s clothes, I'm telling you right now.
On this episode of Throwdown,
You like those?
I'm diving fork first into a delicious chicken pot pie. But watch out.
That's hot.
Down in Austin, Texas, the casserole queens really know how to dress up this creamy, classic comfort food.
It is pretty much perfection on a plate.
I gotta agree there with you, sister.
And turn pot pies into a party. But will they stick around long enough to accept my challenge?
Where'd she go?
My name is Bobby Flay. My mission, to find the best of the best. My objective, perfecting their signature dish. The plan of attack, I'm showing up to challenge them, but they don't know it. I may win, I might even lose. It's anybody's game. It's the ultimate throwdown.
Let's check out what the next throwdown is. Chicken pot pie, an American classic. The casserole queens of Austin, Texas.
Hi, my name is Sandy Pollock,
And I'm Crystal Cook.
and we're the casserole queens.
Claim to fame. Dressed in 1950s duds, these media darlings deliver delicious meals right to your door, and loyal customers swear their chicken pot pie reigns supreme.
I think it is the world's greatest.
I'm confident in that.
Here's the setup. The casserole queens think they're being featured in a new series called Home Cooked, featuring the revival of classic American comfort foods.
Meet the family at the door with this and their slippers.
Know what we talked about.
I didn't remember what we said.
Your mission? You must get hip on everything there is to know about one of America's favorite comfort foods, or you'll be cruising for a bruising.
So until then,
Well, dance.
All right, casserole queens, you might have the royal title now, but I'm coming to Austin to steal the crown.
When you're a casserole queen, you wear a lot of hats. Or is it crowns?
we are the queens. We are the cooks and the janitors and the dishwashers and the delivery people, and
We hand out our card and our titles are co-queens. People think that's pretty
adorable.
Pretty adorable. And it is. We're adorable.
Crystal Cook and Sandy Pollock are adorable friends who had a simple idea: to deliver hearty casseroles to their neighbors in Austin, Texas.
A unique thing about the Casserole Queens is that we don't have our own restaurant or our own storefront. We do everything virtually online. We take orders one week to deliver the next, and by Friday at midnight, we know exactly what our week's gonna look like. So we can cook up a storm and drive around town and split things up, and for a two-person small business, it's very convenient.
that's the one part of the 50s that we have not complied with. Is
Right.
we're very high tech.
But now you probably noticed the part of the 50s they have complied with. They're wearing it.
Our customers love when we show up at the door. I mean, our food ends up winning them in the end, but I really think that initially most people order from us because they want like somebody dressed up to show up at their house, you know?
You want to say hi to the queens?
Hey! We get good looks now, but we had these like crazy wigs a long time ago. She has one. We just like to be goofy and like dress up, so we needed an excuse.
And I'm really glad I get to wear this on national TV.
The 50s bit is more than a gimmick. It reinforces a feeling the queens want their customers to get when they order one of their casseroles.
Very rarely do people table and have dinner together, so if we can bring them, you know, a prepared meal that they can just pop in the oven and then sit down to dinner with their family and not have to think about it. It just brings families together, and that reminds me of back in the day.
Yummy.
So here's our printout for today. We've got 5 deliveries on there, so we better get going. All right, we'll see you on the road.
Hey, we're the Casserole Queens, and we're delivering fresh chicken pot pie right to your door. Bye.
The queens make and deliver more than 20 different casseroles, but they're especially proud of their chicken pot pie.
We've taken a little twist on it. We add a little bit of wine. It's really creamy. We use a puff pastry on the top, which is a little different from, you know, your pie crust top. It's rich. It sort of sticks to your ribs, and it's just like a fantastic comfort food.
The queens think they're crowing about their pot pie for a Food Network special.
What was the question again?
Are they excited to be throwing a 50s casserole bash?
We love to get dressed up and hang out with our friends. We love to cook. We love to eat. It's like everything in a day. Like, why wouldn't we want to throw this party?
Hope they don't mind when I cut in.
I'm going to show you how we put together our chicken pot pie here at Bar American. It actually has two things that are a twist on the classic. I actually smoke the chicken to give it that sort of smoky flavor. And we also use a sweet potato biscuit crust. The vegetables inside would be some carrots, peas, pearl onions, and some mushrooms. I love, mushrooms and chicken, really go incredibly well together. So we're gonna put our veggies in the bowl. We're gonna take a little bit of our smoked chicken, and then some gravy to kind of bring it all together. And then, of course, we're gonna top it off with our crust. Put it in the magic chicken pot pie machine. Let's give it a try. Look at that. So the crust is nice and crusty on the outside. And the thing that I think is important about chicken pot pie is that the gravy is not too thick. Chicken pot pie is one of the perfect comfort food dishes. I mean, I think it's incredibly satisfying. Good stuff. My strategy is to take the classic American dish, chicken pot pie, put a little smoke on the chicken and a little sweet potato in the crust. Let's see what happens.
Chicken pot pie is a dish that gets some people dancing.
I can sit here and dance behind you.
There you go.
Hey, hey.
Just don't expect that reaction from everybody.
I really dislike pot pie. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do my best to make sure this dish is perfect. Oh gosh.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
This week's #1 hit is Casserole Queens and the Food Network on Home Cook. Yay!
Sandy and Crystal know what they're gonna wear, so I'd better head to the test kitchen and try my chicken pot pie on for size.
Let's make some chicken pot pie. We have Stephanie and Miriam. We're gonna do my sort of twist on chicken pot pie.
Our pot pie will get some depth from smoked chicken and a little kick in the cream sauce.
And we're gonna put some chipotles in it, so the smokiness of the chilies kind of play off the smokiness of the chicken.
We are going to make our famous chicken pot pie for you today. We have the chicken here. It's been roasted. Then we've got our tarragon salt, pepper, some wine, some cream and milk, flour. And then we move down to our vegetables, shallots, bell peppers, potatoes, carrots, and peas. Simple, but so good.
All right, so why don't you start taking the chicken apart?
How do you want it? Just shredded?
Just shred it. Take the skin off it, and then just shred the white and the dark meat.
the mad woman with the deboning of the chicken.
I'm gonna start by making the sauce. I'm gonna add a little butter and some onions and some garlic. Just wanna sweat them, get the natural juices out.
Once you get them into this sort of size, what you want to do is then just chop into little cubes.
I think your carrots are beautiful.
Thanks, Crystal.
Sweet potato biscuit crust.
Oh, yes.
The sweet potato will add a little color and some sweetness to our basic pie crust.
The sweet potato crust is very unique. That's our twist on it.
We're going to start making our sauce and kind of putting the entire dish together. Crystal is going to start measuring out our flour and getting our spices together.
Miriam gets to work on the sweet potato biscuit crust while I keep building our sauce.
I've been making pot pies basically since I've been cooking professionally. I mean, I always love pot pies. It's a great dish to make at home.
Every recipe I've seen is a little bit different. This one's rich and it's thick and it sticks to your ribs.
Now for the vegetables. We blanch our carrots and turnips in boiling salted water, and for extra flavor, saute cremini mushrooms and pearl onions in a little butter.
So this is like the prep work, but you have to get everything done in front of you.
We're just going to start sauteing these down a little bit, and after that, we're going to add our chicken and just kind of get those working together, get the juices going. From that point, it really just comes together so quickly. It's amazing.
All right, let's add some chipotle here. And our sauce is working. You can see it's starting to thicken up from the roux.
When our sauce reaches the right thickness, we strain it to remove the lumps.
All right, and basically we're ready to roll here.
We're going to start to add our seasonings, and this is, again, is the salt and the pepper and the flour and the tarragon. And coat everything in here as much as possible.
With the components ready, it's time to start building our pot pie.
I need some herbs.
2 cups of milk and a cup of cream. Now this is going to sit here and thicken up. So until then,
We'll dance.
We're gonna fold this very gently so not to break up the vegetables and the chicken. And make sure you have enough sauce so that's not too, so that the whole thing is not too thick.
We got a 1/3 cup of wine, and then we're also gonna add in our vegetables. Our carrots and our potatoes that we blanched earlier, those all go in at this point.
So here's the sweet potato dough. Beautiful. That's a nice dough, Miriam.
It's beautiful.
One thing that makes our pot pie so good is that we use a puff pastry. We'll coat the outside of it with an egg wash. Crystal, do you want to
Sure,
do
I'd love
that?
to do that.
She's egg wash queen.
I'm gonna brush it with some egg wash so that it gets nice and brown, golden brown. 375, 350, 375. Takes about 25 minutes maybe.
Put that oven in the oven. Perfect.
Yay! It's gonna be tasty.
Yay. Look at that crust.
Oh, yay!
Oh.
That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. This is our world-famous chicken pot pie, and we are about to go to town on it.
The dough is really nice and flaky and crusty, and I think it's the right amount of sauce to chicken and vegetables.
We'll see you tomorrow at our oldies but goodies party. Now we're gonna eat.
Smoky and slightly fiery. Sweet potato, biscuit crust, smoked chicken, pot pie. Coming at you. Casserole Queens. We'll see you soon.
Casserole king.